What's up everyone, I'm Greg with Copperhead Laser Company and welcome to the first full-length video of the channel. Unfortunately, even though we had sound set up, the microphone didn't pick up my voice, so we're going to be going with a voiceover for this video. If you follow the channel at all on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube Shorts, you'll notice that I have been using an Artilume T1, which is a 3-watt diode laser, and it's a very nice little portable system. It was fun to learn on, but for Father's Day, my family decided to get me a bit of an upgrade, and we've got this BlazeX M3 Pro edition. Little note, even though BlazeX says that they come 1 to 3 days, this took a little bit longer because we happened to order right around Prime Day, and so it took a little bit to get here, but now it's here and we're going to unbox this for you and give you some first impressions. Now I can tell you after opening the box, it does look like everything has been packed nicely and securely. On the top here we've got the honeycomb bed that's come as part of the Pro package set. And removing the next layer of styrofoam, it looks like the housing for the unit is here. Now, what's nice about this Blaze 3 unit is that it has a laser-proof housing that goes all the way around the system, so you can actually watch the laser go as you're working with it. Now, fortunately, they do include all the tools that you're going to need as well as the instruction manuals. I had read some reviews online while I was waiting for this that some people found it hard to figure out the instructions. Giving it a look over, these are very well written and easy to follow, so I'm guessing they've made those improvements since the original launch of the system. I'm going to finish getting everything out of the box now and start working on the build, and I'll cut back in with some thoughts on the material quality and ease of build as we go along. Now I can say that putting this together, everything does feel fairly nice. You know, obviously the plastic's not super thick, but it's definitely not a thin, cheap plastic that's going to break on you. The screw holes are nicely aligned. There's nothing that has to have been re-drilled or mucked with. You know, once you get the alignment set up, the screws screw in rather nicely. They give you extra screws just in case you happen to drop one. They even already have a pre-drilled hole for the camera attachment that was separately ordered with these with this order that I'll be attaching in a minute. I do have to mention, if you're looking for just a, you know, take out the box, plug and play system, this isn't going to be the system for you. However, as far as putting things together, it's really not that difficult. Trying to do it on camera by yourself is a little bit difficult, but that's just more trying to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. It was not a difficult build at all, and I think anybody, you know, should be able to do it. Now that it's all put together, I'm going to move this over to my desk where it's going to sit in its final position, and we'll start actually trying to learn the system and pairing it with the software. I will say that up to this point with the Artilume, I'd been getting by with Laser GRBL just fine, but since this has a camera module, I'm actually going to be using LightBurn with this system. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me, so we'll get back to you with video of the machine actually running once I get up to speed on everything. Okay, so now that I've got it running, some final thoughts. I can say that optimizing the camera was a little bit of a pain, but some of that was on me. Some of that was just the type of camera that's used and the way that, you know, it was interpreting the light. It seems to be burning rather nicely once I get everything aligned and optimized. One note that I do have is that if you go on BlazeX's website, they're going to tell you that the work area is like 300 by 300 millimeters. That is the entire space of the honeycomb bed. However, the working area of the laser is only 200 by 150 millimeters. So keep that in mind. Again, it's not a super huge work area, but this is a small, fairly portable unit. And I think it suffices for a lot of hobbyist, or in my case, a small business needs where I'm doing mostly coasters, small signs, little artworks, things like that. If I wanted to do bigger pieces, obviously that's going to be a future upgrade where I'm going to try and get either into an X tool or go full CO2 route. But for my needs, I think this will be a sufficient laser. I do like the decrease in engraving time between the 10 watt and the 3 watt system, and the overall venting of the system seems really nice. I'm going to have to probably 3D print a fan adapter because they don't give you one in the box, so I can duct the exhaust fan out the window right behind the system, but that's not too terrible of a thing. They do offer an air purifier as an optional add-on. We did not get that at the time, so if you are going to go that route, that is perfectly viable for you. I'm probably going to be DIYing one in the future. I've found a couple designs that utilize like a 5-gallon bucket and some filtration systems that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot that cost a lot less than than those purification systems. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do the YouTube things, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you in the future for further videos.